Hello, my name is Sophie, and welcome to my first ever reading vlog. Yippee! I am super excited about this. I've never officially done a reading vlog before, but I did do a 24-hour reading challenge, so I assume this would be quite similar to that, but slightly less extreme in nature. I thought it might be fun to do a bit of self-care on top of our reading, which I know she can multitask. This is shocking news. I understand. I'll give you a minute to process this. But I was thinking we could crack open a couple of face masks, slap them on, and be having a bit of a self-care, skincare evening at the same time as we're reading, and just have a grand old time, really. So if you fancy it, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab your book. Most importantly, grab your book, slap a face mask on, and let's get into it. I'm going to go and put a face mask on, but I will be back in a couple of minutes and we can get started. Okay, now listen. Listen. I know I look like Shrek. I know. I know. I've just popped on a clay mask and I did also wash my hair. So basically, my plan is I'm just going to read until my hair's completely dry, because I really try not to sleep on wet hair because it's very bad for it. Very bad. Don't sleep on wet hair, you guys. So let's discuss the book that we will be reading for this little reading vlog, cozy evening, read with me kind of situation, do face mask, fun times. Our little bookish sleepover, so to say. So the book I'm going to be reading is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. Ooh. This is pretty ambitious. I'm aware of that. It's like 11:30 at night, and I said to myself, let's start a fantasy book that you've never read before and don't know any of the lore for, or any of the terms, or any of that. Unfortunately, logic has never been a skill that I possess. I've had this book for ages. My wonderful partner got it for me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I never read it because I always find it quite daunting to start a new fantasy book, you know. But she's been staring at me for long enough, and I decided that now is the time to start it. I know for a fact that we will not be finishing this book tonight, okay? But I am quite excited to get into it. Let me give you a little lowdown on what this book is about. This book is based on, like, Norse fantasy. The main character of A Fate Inked in Blood is called Freya, and she is married to this sucky guy, and she spends her days gutting fish, which just sounds really unpleasant. Poor gal. But one day, her husband betrays her. Flop behavior, what the hell? And she basically ends up in a fight to the death against this super powerful guy's son, whose name is Bjorn. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, Freya has to fight Bjorn, and she ends up having to reveal that she has powers because she possesses a tiny drop of a goddess's blood. So basically, she is the coolest gal to ever do it. She can, like, repel magical attacks or something. Wow. And it turns out there was a prophecy that said that someone who possesses that magic will in fact unite the nations and bring peace to the land. So because of this, the super powerful guy whose son she fought ends up binding her in like a blood oath to him, and also orders Bjorn to protect her from their enemies. And I can't imagine anything happens between the two of them. Certainly no falling in love. Surely not. Basically, Freya has to save the entire freaking world and also not fall in love with this super hot guy who is the son of her biggest enemy, I guess, is what I'm getting from the blurb. That's it. Just that. Not much at all, you guys. Not much at all going on there. I fear it goes without saying that this is like a romantasy book. It's the first book in the saga of the Unfated. It's 414 pages long, and look at how pretty it is without its dust jacket. It's so cool. It has got blue sprayed edges. I know that plain sprayed edges are quite controversial, and just sprayed edges in general, but I think they're fun. I don't know, why not? Why not have blue sprayed edges? I'm just here for a good time. So that's basically all I know so far about the book. I am really excited actually to dive into a new fantasy world. I haven't read a fantasy book that wasn't a reread in a while, just because they do feel like a big task to take on. But I have got several that I need to get through. So this might just give me a bit of a taste for it again, and then hopefully I can get into some of the other ones. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this, because I need to have read at least a couple of pages before this green face mask dries, and I have to go and wash it off. So let's do it. They were not lying when they said that she just guts fish all day. We are straight into it. Page 1, she's gutting fish. Damn, poor gal. Vraggy, what the hell? Her husband's name is Vraggy, but he is very obviously a flop. Immediately. He's out here mansplaining fish gutting to her, as if she doesn't do that every day of her freaking life. Vraggy, you're giving us the ick. Yeah, Vraggy, she knows how to gut a fish. She's gutted thousands of fish. She's telling you. Ew. Arranged marriages, am I right? Ew. Ew. I tell you, there's one thing I cannot stand, and that is a man who spits on the ground. Why are you doing that? Why you swallow? Are you trying to assert your dominance? Is that what it is? It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and if you spit on the ground, I automatically assume that you are a bad person. I said what I said, and I'm not going to take it back. I've never once been proven wrong either. Let that be known. Savage, yes queen, fight back. Yes, save the fishies. Oh, lol. She just hit a guy with a fish by accident. I like this girl. She hit the man with the fish by accident, and then she asked if the fish was okay. A woman after my own heart. Ah, the man she hit with the fish is hot. Ooh, I like this fish man. Raggy, more like saggy. Saggy balls. Okay. So, this feels ridiculous. She's gonna lose. You have an axe of fire. Right. Right. This is crazy. Ugh. Ugh. Hate that. Hate that. Hate that. Oi oi. Uh-oh. What the fuck? No freaking way. OMG. She's crazy. She's a crazy girl. Oh my god. I'm on chapter 3, 30 pages in. Hooked. Obsessed. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
This has me in a chokehold. Already. Immediately. I love Freya. I want to be Freya when I grow up. She is my hero. Okay. I'm gonna go and wash this face mask off because it's been on my face for way too long now. And then I'm gonna put a sheet mask on because I need to replace the moisture that has been sucked out by this clay mask situation that's going on. So I will be back shortly. Do not fear. We shall carry on. I'm so excited. I love it. Okay, I've returned and I have a cheeky kiwi sheet face mask on now.
Oh, wow.
Okay, time for a little bit of a lowdown on how I'm feeling about A Fate Inked in Blood so far. As I said before I went to wash the Shrek face mask off, I am 3 chapters and 30 pages in, and I am loving it. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Immediately, we were just like straight in, and it's literally just had me in a chokehold the entire freaking time. She is the coolest gal possibly to ever do it. We've just got to the bit where she's just fought Bjorn and revealed her powers, and now she has to marry Bjorn's dad and become his second wife.
Ew.
And she is not a fan of that idea. This is her second arranged marriage where she did not want to be part of it, but she has to in order to keep her family safe. So that's where I'm jumping back in. I'm super excited to see where this goes. Really enjoying it. I also like the fact that the words on the pages are quite big. Can you see? Like, it's quite well spaced, so I feel like I'm getting through it quite quickly. So even though there's lots and lots of pages, I feel like I'm turning them pretty fast, which as someone who reads very slowly, is very satisfying to feel like I'm getting through a book quite fast. Anyway, I'm gonna crack back on and I'll check back in once my face mask has done its thing and made me hydrated and juicy and succulent.
Ew.
He's blushing. No, he's blushing. Oi oi. Today? They have to get married today? Huh. Damn. Savage. Oh. The savagery backfired. Okay, I'm on chapter 6 now, page 53. So it turns out some people, when they are conceived, they are like blessed by the gods, and the gods give them like a drop of their blood, and then that gives them like special powers because they are blessed by that one specific god. So Vragi, Freya's husband, he was blessed by Njord, who is a god of water and fish and like all of the living creatures in the sea, which means that he is capable of making all the fish jump out of the water. So then that's how they get fish to eat. because all of the fish just jump out of the water when he tells them to. And Bjorn was blessed by Tyr, who is like a god of battle and war and stuff, which basically means that he is like unbeatable in a fight, and he can also summon weapons of pure flame to his hands at a whim, which is pretty cool. And Freya obviously has been blessed by another god who, as I said earlier, basically enables her to deflect an attack back at the person who attacked her. So she's just like a living shield, which is pretty sick. So that's kind of how the magic system works in this book. A god will bless a child at conception with a drop of their blood, and then that child gets powers. Boom, they get sick powers, and now they're cool. But now that we've had this talk, I'm going to go and take this face mask off because it's like detaching from my face. So I'm going to go and take this off and probably just do the rest of my skincare routine, and then I'll come back because my hair's still not quite dry. So going to go and take this off now so that I stop looking so stupid. Okay, so I am all done with my skincare. I have moisturized.
Wow.
She is looking very shiny. Very shiny. I don't know what this does, but this is what the skincare girlies do after they take a face mask off. They like just poke their cheek.
Oh.
So there you go. Wow. Gonna crack back on with the book for a little bit. She is just about to be sworn in blood oath to that really important guy so that he has control over her and her power so that he can rule everywhere, which is just great. Girl cannot catch a break. But I'm still really, really enjoying it. It's super, super good. I was a bit worried that it would be quite a difficult read, like quite heavy. I don't feel like there's been too much lore that I need to absorb. Any lore that there is has been kind of sprinkled throughout quite nicely. As I say, we got straight into the plot right at the beginning without any big lore dumps or anything. We were just straight in there, which I really, really liked actually, because I do feel that something that often puts people off with fantasies, romantasies, anything like that is the huge amount of lore and the magic systems and the weird names for everything. And there are certainly some very difficult to pronounce names going on in this. It didn't feel as though I was having to learn like a whole magic system and backstory to this world before knowing anything about the world. I don't know, I'm really liking how it's paced at the moment. So I'm going to crack back on for a bit, and hopefully I will be back to you with an update soon. I'm hoping my hair dries in the near future because it is 2:30 in the morning and I am tired, but the grind don't stop. Damn, Bjorn's out here roasting her brother to filth. Whoa. Whoa. I don't like Ingrid very much.
Oh.
Oh, there's a moth in my room. That's an unpleasant turn of events. Not a fan of that. Ugh. It is 3:30 in the morning. My hair is finally dry, and I am on chapter 10, page 89 of Fate Inked in Blood. Let me tell you, I am loving it. Oh my gosh, I am loving it. It is so, so good. The main character, our main girlie, is annoying me a bit. She's a bit dumb. But you can't have everything, you know? So far, I think it's fabulous. I am going to leave the video here because I do need to get some semblance of sleep, but I had a really great time doing some skincare and reading with you guys, and I hope that you also had fun. If you did, if you enjoyed the video, if it was somewhat entertaining for you, please give it a like. If you would like to see more of this kind of stuff from me, I also do longer form videos where I deep dive and summarize books and my feelings and thoughts on them. If you like the sound of any of that, subscribe, maybe. And I will let you guys know in a later video what I thought of the rest of this, because certainly we are nowhere near done. But I will 100% let you know what I thought at the end. But yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night.